As we take this further now, we speak to the founder and chairperson of the Pan-African Forum, that's Dr. David Matsanga, who, of course, has been watching many African leaders and public figures sharing their moments with the Pope and some of their reflections. Good evening to you, Dr. Matsanga, and thank you so much for your time. Let's just start with what you're penning there. As you say in that article, that it's deeply troubling to witness some African public figures and political elites rushing to social media to proclaim that they met the Pope and were once blessed by the Pope. Tell us why.
Thank you very much. Good evening across the world and the globe. May his soul rest in peace, Pope Francis. I wrote this article, The Proximity, Hypocrisy of Proximity. You see, the Pope was not just the Pope. He was a man with values, a man with action, a man who wanted peace. Most of the African leaders and the world leaders, some of them talking today, are not peacemakers. Most of them are corrupt. Pope came to Nairobi. One of the proverbs that you talk about that Pope left in the people of Kenya, he said, rotten tomatoes, don't touch them. Then people said, where are they? He meant corruption. Corruption has eaten Africa. Most of these leaders saying, I saw him, I met him, I told him, he told me. No action. No action. Honor him by doing exactly what he told him. He's gone to the Mecca. But honor him now. Create peace. Look at an example of the people of South Sudan. The president and the vice president and all the leaders of Sudan. Pope Francis kissed their feet. They promised they will bring peace in South Sudan. Up to today, as we speak, as Pope died yesterday, these two gentlemen, Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, are fighting, are killing each other, maiming others. Corruption has been rampant.
So, Dr. Matsanga,
the sentiments that made me to stand up to say, hey, why don't you honor the Pope by now coming to say, oh, I met him, I saw him, he told us. Honor him and do something for Africa. Change Africa. That is my position.
So does it feel like there's a view, right, that maybe the visits were only photo ops potentially for some of them, or did they have a deeper meaning, you think?
The visits have a deeper meaning for the people. He talked about everything, climate change, conflicts in Congo, Libya, Sahel, the region, West Africa. He talked about capitalism that had killed everything on planet Earth. He talked about the superpowers.
But
like
what about
America.
the leaders? But what about the leaders? Were these visits for them, as you've just spoken now, was it for them, in your view, more about photo opportunities, or did these visits have deeper meaning for them?
Some of the, exactly my sister, some of them took them as photo opportunities. You know, most of the African leaders want photos, everywhere, photo opportunity. Even at AU, African Union, we take more photos than action. So some of them now are saying, I had a photo with the Pope, but he told you, remove corruption in your country, remove the war in South Sudan, remove the war in the Congo, remove the war in all parts of Africa, feed the children, feed the young generation. When he came to Nairobi, he told the president, people waited for him for 3 hours to address the bigger crowd. He said, don't hurry me. I am still with the children. I'm still with the downtrodden. Don't hurry me. You see, this is exactly what they should emulate and start working on. But I'm telling you, my sister, all this went from here and came out. The African leaders do the same thing again. It is happening. Now they are saying, oh, we loved you. We loved you this. But do something to give him the love that he desired. So the everlasting love that he gave to the world. This was the only cross across Pope I am an Anglican. I go to the Church of England, which came to my country, colonized us, and we became Anglican. But I looked more to the Roman-speaking Pope in Vatican, that he can send a message to the world. He can tell Trump, leave South Africa alone. He can tell anybody, do this, don't do that. We needed such a person. We're sorry we have missed him.
Dr. Matsanga, I suppose in listening to what you're saying, you are saying that do more of, have more symbolism and have more reverence for the Pope and follow more in what he said than some of the performances that you say then that we are seeing.
Exactly, my sister. Let African leaders follow. Let Tshisekedi and his M23 sit down. He told them, sit down and have an agreement. Let other fighting forces in Somalia sit down. Let people in Ethiopia sit down. Let people stop corruption. Part of what kills Africa today, which the Pope condemned, is corruption. Across corruption. A country like Nigeria is gone. There is no Nigeria. You see it on the map. And the president wearing clothes running around the world. But there's no Nigeria. Every morning you wake up, 200 people abducted, 400 girls taken. What state is this? And yet we claim to be a big nation on the African continent. What a shame. Why do you want to eulogize him now when you have not even done one single thing in your country to change the lives of the people that the Pope wanted lives changed? Why?
So what is at stake then, particularly because, you listen to a number of people who speak about the Pope and they talk about the fact that he's a man who wanted leaders, not only in the church, to be closer to where the people are, to be, one with the people and understand the suffering of the people. So what is at stake then if some of these African leaders that you're mentioning simply do not follow some of the teachings of the Pope?
The teachings have been thrown out. We have become more commercial. The church has been commercialized. Pastors fly helicopters to come to preach to the poor. Pastors have fleets of cars to come and preach to you who has nothing, who has not eaten. That is not the religion Pope was looking for. Let's change our behavior. How do you come to fly to drive? How do you come to drive for several cars in the church to preach to the people, to share, to do this? Yet when you leave, there is a convoy of 50 cars. Someone has not even got a bicycle, which is a wooden bicycle. So these are the things that Pope was against, and the Pope tried so much to tell especially African leaders. My sister, let's be honest. Africa is not poor, but we are the worst people amongst the universe.
All right.
We make our people poor, we enslave them, we beg the people who should be begging us. Resources are siphoned into personal accounts in Switzerland. We don't have money to buy these days. That's where they bank. Pope never liked that. So why do you come and say, oh, I knew you. He doesn't like, he will come back for you. Please, if I was an African leader who has not done what the Pope told me, I should keep quiet. Because the Pope was holy. He had values, not the type of values we have today. How many leaders in Africa today? Some of them don't even know their own countries. There are leaders in Africa who don't know some remote areas of their own countries. They have left them. Look at the DRC Congo, for example. Tshisekedi doesn't know that there are Pygmies that live almost 2,000 miles away from his capital city. He has never visited them. So what type of leadership is this? That is why I wrote hypocrisy of proximity. You are now saying he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. What have you done? Why don't you do something? If it is a war, my sister, stop it now. If he said, stop the war, stop it. He kissed your feet. Stop the war. Don't continue with the war. and then you say you love Pope. Now I'm going to Rome. I will fly into Rome myself. I will be seeing him by Friday, at least. Even if I don't see, I will watch from the screen very far in Rome or near Vatican, because I will have access. But I'm going because I fight for Africa. I stand for Africa. Right. I defend this continent everywhere. But let's change our behavior. Let's emulate Pope Francis, what he did for the Catholic Church. He allowed a lot of reforms. Yeah. Our African Union, as I end, as I wait for another question or end, our African Union itself is not reformed. We go for photos. Photo. President Ramaphosa, stand here. President, this one, stand here. Let's take photos. We have nothing on this continent. Yet we have plenty on the continent. Look at that. People in America, yeah. We sell our visas. We sell our visas for $50. America charges us a visa for $200. Do we have brains?
So, yeah, Dr. Matsanga, definitely. Quite important reflections there that you make. And as you say, it's time for accountability. It's time for truth. It's time to look inward and see if indeed things are going the way that they should be in the continent. Appreciate your time. And hopefully we circle back to this conversation and we share your reflections even when you come back from Rome. Appreciate your time this evening. That was Dr. David Matsanga there. He's the founder and chairperson of the Pan-African Forum.